Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to Moncos. Good morning, good morning, good morning to Trigger the Cat. 531-7531. I love all the stuff you guys been turning in for 7531. I mean, it's better than what the originator. There's someone that came up with 7531, and yours are better than his or hers. Try to throw you off there. All right, let me do. Hold on, I'm having trouble catching my breath. Doing my morning meditations. I'm out in Mississippi on my skateboard again. Who here doesn't like corn? You mean the band with a K? Well, I'll get to that. I like corn with a K, the music corn. Monkey and Head, David Silveria, Jonathan Davis. But I like popcorn. I like street corn. I like Mexican corn. I like corn with butter. I like popcorn. I like caramel corn. I like spicy corn. I like all kinds of corn. You guys want to hear a story? So there was this town, and it was a cornfield there. Yeah, stories about corn. And this was the biggest cornfield in this entire town. And the people in that town that worked on this cornfield, part of what they realized is that even though corn was a vegetable, it liked music, it liked lights, it liked sound. So they built their farmhouse with huge glass windows, like floor to ceiling, and they got the biggest flat screen TVs the world had ever seen. And they realized that corn, like watching videos of corn, it helped them, or it seemed like it helped them. They enjoyed it. They got happy. And every year, when it was time to harvest, they won the award for biggest, juiciest, sweetest, plumpiest corns. And year after year, it was like this. And year after year, the technology got better. The TV screens got bigger, and it was just an accepted thing, and something that you could hear. So the corn amongst themselves talked, and they called, the farmers at night. They would leave a certain channel on, and the channel was about farming, about raising maize, about corn. It was basically corn porn. There was videos about corn in stop motion, time lapse, popcorn, corn cartoons, everything about corn. Every anime corn, giant corn, young corn, old corn, Thai corn, granny corn, all kinds of corn. And so we found out that pretty soon the corn started dying. A lot of it started withering away. Some of it wasn't as juicy. They stopped winning the awards. And something that could be heard amongst the corn was this phrase. Everyone watches corn. I mean, they called it Corno. This kind of TV that they watched, they called it cornography or Corno. Because, dude, everyone watches Corno. Who doesn't watch Corno? And a young little new corn that was growing up would hear about how the older corn, when I was a young corn, we didn't have this flat screen. We had to get off the corn stalk and crawl to the farmhouse and find pictures of corn under the farmer's bed. And he would hear all the old timer story. And the young corn thought about that minimizing statement of, everyone watches corn. And he thought about that statement, and it was true. he couldn't think of one person who didn't watch Corno. And since this young corn was grown in a super scarecrow, born-again religion, the corns have a religion that they believe in. The scarecrow is the second coming of the corn god. They have scripture written on corn leaves and the husks, and they have this super hardcore religion about scarecrows and how the scarecrows fend off the demons, the crows. Don't let me get started with the crows, that's a whole other story. So the young corn was raised with this kind of strict religiosity, and so the young corn's outlook on life was very black and white. And so he noticed that all the corn that he could think of, that he could see, would stay up all night, and there wasn't any shame attached to it. Everyone just watched corn openly. They wouldn't sleep, they'd stay up all night. Some of them would touch their own kernels and fondle their own kernels till they popped, making them less desirable. Some of them got overweight, some of them got super skinny, some of them never saw the sunlight. And the young corn didn't want to be like that. But everyone said, it's just pervasive in our culture. Everyone just watches Corno. Everyone accepted it. No one challenged it. And then one day, the young corn's therapist said to the young corn, hey, because of your religious upbringing with the scarecrows and the crows, you have a very black and white way of looking at the world. Everyone watches corn. But it's true. Everyone does watch corn. And the therapist asked the young corn, can you try that again? All right, most people I know watch corn. But that's still everyone. I don't know a single corn that doesn't watch Corno. Let's try it one more time. And the young corn sat there and said, okay, I'm gonna try to live in the gray. And the corn thought really hard. And there was 3 corn that he thought of in that moment. These 3 corn were on the dark side of the cornfield, so they didn't have the best view of corn. They could watch it if they wanted, but they didn't. And these corn, they had lives. They would play baseball when the sun went down. They played cornhole. They liked pretending to be Cornholio from Beavis and Butthead. And they had a glow to their kernels. So he's thought of these 3 young corns. And so he rephrased his statement to his therapist. And the young corn said, almost everyone I know watches Corno, but there's some people who don't. And I want to be like those people.